All right. So functions, this is week 6 of the program. We got our test week. So we're going to do some benchmarks that we did 6 weeks ago just to see kind of where our progress is at. Some of you might be newer to the program. So stay tuned. Kind of we'll talk about like what you should be looking out for. But here's the week overview. Monday, we're just going to be focused on the lower body. So we're going to do our hamstring and figure eight positional work for our mobility and our muscles. So 45 to 60-second hamstring contraction per side, and then hip figure eights in any position. So today what you can do is like kind of explore those 4 positions where your hip is extended, where your hip is out to the side, so abducted, hip is adducted, and then hip flexion. Play with different positions, kind of explore a little bit. I want you guys to find those sticky points and really work on those areas when you do your figure eights to really be able to control and develop mobility there. We don't want to just be flexible, we want to be mobile. So that means having strength in those positions as well. And then the hamstring contractions before is going to help us really kind of feel where our hamstrings are actually on our body, how they tighten up. And later on, we're going to use it in the workout. So from our strength skill, we're going to go into our workout. This one we did on June 9th. It's a 2,000 meter row for time. We got a 15-minute cap on this. This is an anaerobic test. So what that means is when we're going into more of a sprint or a faster pace, different energy systems start working, and they kind of cause an effect where we kind of feel burns in the muscles. So you'll feel this burn in your legs, a little bit in the core as well, like your heart as well. You'll feel that kind of burny sensation. That is like the lactic acid building up. That's more of an anaerobic kind of feel. Aerobic is like when you're doing something slower for a long period of time and you're just kind of feeling your heart going and you're just feeling sweaty. So it's a little bit of a different style. The anaerobic is more uncomfortable. So kind of prepare for that. I would say like we want to be at a tough pace, but it's something that you can sustain for those 2,000 meters. So we don't want to go out real fast. I would say kind of think of these in like 500-meter chunks. So you got 4 sets of 500 meters. Just kind of pace it out. And then let's say like you do 1,500 meters really well. The last 500 meters, if you have it in you, try to push nice and hard and finish. For some of you, it would be just about lasting the 2,000 meters today. If you do need to scale back and just go like 1,000 meters, that's cool as well. So just kind of monitor how you feel when you warm up today. And it's totally okay to scale. If you did do 2,000 meters last time, let's just stick to the same thing and see if we can beat our time from the last time. So you can look at your paces and kind of see what you did last time and see if you can go a little faster to beat it. After we finish that WOD, we're going to spend about 5 to 10 minutes cooling down. So you can cycle on the assault bike, again, just to get like the lactic acid to move a little bit, get the blood flowing a little bit, and get that aerobic stimulus coming in. And that aerobic stimulus helps our blood flow a little bit better. So it can help flush out some of those extra kind of lactic acid that we feel in our legs, and that can help with that. You can walk around, do some box breathing, stretching, just things to kind of calm down the nervous system. From there, our Wednesday workout is going to be similar to last test week. So before we start, we're going to do our strength skill work, lat activation, and then scapula figure eights. So similar to kind of Mondays, except upper body. So we want to really feel the lat muscles, and then we want to get our shoulder blade active and want to try to find different positions that feel a little challenging to really activate those smaller muscles and really get the motor control of the scapula. Sometimes we're going and doing a bunch of movements, but we don't actually even know where our scapula is. And in order to do that movement, our brain needs to be confident in knowing that our shoulder blade's in the right position. So if you have a trouble even moving it in the first place, you're going to have trouble showing up. The troubles in that movement that involves the shoulder blade and a bunch of other joints too as well. So this is a way to isolate it and help you really create better body awareness of that joint that we're working on, being the shoulder blade, because we're going to go into push-ups and ring rows for our second thing. So we're going to do a gymnastics benchmark, 5 minutes of as many push-ups as possible, 5-minute rest, and then 5 minutes as many ring rows as possible. I know some of you guys did this one last time, so let's look at the same progressions and try to see if we can beat it. And if you're newer to this, pick some progressions where you can do about 3 to 5 in a row before you need to take a break. It should feel hard. If you're doing more than 15 to 20 per minute, then this is too easy. So the progression is too easy. We should be doing somewhere between 5 to 10 per minute at most. And yes, it's going to be in the lower rep range, but we're working on strength here than we are on the endurance. I want you to kind of make it more favorable to strength than trying to get like 100 or 150 reps done in those 5-minute windows. So make sure, again, write down your progressions, because next time you do it again, we'll get a little bit better and better from it. And then our last thing, 10-minute assault bike for calories. So this one's a real simple one. Get on the assault bike. We're going to do 10 minutes. Try to get as many calories done as possible. A good score to aim for is 50% of your body weight. So if you weigh 150 pounds, try to aim for 75 calories in those 10 minutes. So you can kind of divide that up within the 10 minutes. You can look at it like, I need to get 7.5 calories per minute in order to score that across the 10 minutes. But a really good aerobic, and I would say close to anaerobic test for you. So it will be tough in those last like 4 to 5 minutes. Their first 5 minutes feels good. Then those last 5 are kind of where it really kind of sets in. Thursday, we've been working a lot on our vision and our balance. So we get to kind of play around with some tests. We're going to do some single leg balance tests and seeing how well can we do with our eyes open and our eyes closed, standing on one leg. And we're going to measure that. So we're going to have a partner and count how long you can hold it. We're going to do that similar idea. We're going to test strength and endurance in our calf and in our ankles with a single heel raised test. So we're going to put our calf onto the edge of a 10-pound plate, and we're going to do a calf raise to a metronome that's set up to 60 beats per minute. So we need to match that beat, and we need to make sure we're getting the same range of motion every single time. I actually have some normative data that you guys can use to see, based on your age group, where you should be aiming for these numbers. So for A and B, we're going to really make sure and compare it to see kind of where we sit at. For C, this is something that I made up for myself for you guys to work on your stability. We're going to test our VOR, so our inner ear, and test how well it does under some pressure and some fatigue. So we're going to stand in that tandem stance, and with your thumb out in front, you're going to have a partner to coach you with this. You're going to do as many VORs at a 60 beat per minute pace, and you're going to stop basically once you lose balance, or you're missing timing, or both of them are happening at the same time. So you're going to do that in the horizontal direction and in the vertical direction. And that's going to give you some ideas of kind of where your stability might be lacking in, and something you can train, which is pretty cool. So record all this data, because it'll be useful later on. We will retest this kinds of stuff in future cycles again. And then our workout's a classic CrossFit workout that I broke down into kind of a functions version. We got for time, it's called Functions Annie. This one is 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, single skips and sit-ups. You can scale it too as well with step up and jump downs with sit-ups. We're going to compare this to May 3rd from the last time we did it, or it might be the first time for you to do it. So you can kind of set a new benchmark for yourself. This is a core workout, if anything. The skips are kind of a break. The abs are going to be what really takes the brunt of the load today. So hope you guys have fun with that one. And we see you on Saturday. I did not put the workout out, so you will find out once you get there. But hope you guys enjoy the week and stay tuned for the next cycle. It's coming out soon, and I'll send a video out about that. So hope you guys had a good week, and we'll see you guys the following week.